Let's
Thursday, everyone.
fucking roll, fellas.
How we doing today? Happy Thursday, guys.
I'm not here.
Nice hot dog shirt, dude.
Crickets, just crickets out of Brian over here.
Nice hot dog shirt, dude. So I was trying to get this out before the show went live. I know you guys have seen it, but we got a little preview to Brian's 999 challenge coming up next Tuesday. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it. But look for that on our Instagram and our YouTube here coming out, and then right after this show ends.
Yeah.
I swear to God, Cabbage, Drew, and Merrick kill it. I mean, they just kill it.
I haven't watched any of them yet because I want to wait till the final edit, but I'll try to send something over. I should have done it last night, but
it's so
a lot
funny.
of sports stuff.
There's a lot of giggling, a lot of giggling by me, by the viewer. The end user is going to giggle pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I just got home from a round of golf. I teed off around 7:15 this morning. Played a 3 hour, 15-minute round of golf. No reason to play slow golf, guys.
No.
Just letting you know, if you're one of those people that takes 5 hours to play around, you should stop playing golf. But anyway, there was only two of us this morning. We were stuck behind a threesome for the first 9 holes, but then they turned into a twosome, and then we lost them. So anyway, I've never played a round of golf in my life without a double bogey. I've also, my best score ever is a 79, but on the course that I played today, my best score ever is an 82. I go on to 18 tee box. I have 9 pars and 8 bogeys, 0 doubles. I need a birdie for 79, a par for 80, a bogey for 81, which would be my record at the course. Hit my drive straight down the middle, 160 yards from the hole, straight into the wind. And I just completely chunked not completely, but I chunked my approach shot into the green, barely cleared the water, and got stuck in the shit and had to chip up. I chipped up just short of the green, and I've probably got maybe 20 feet between me and the hole. 20 feet. I'm putting for 4, but I'm not putting. I'm just in the rough. I decide instead of putting to chip. I skull my chip over the green. I make double on the 18th hole. And I still have not shot better than an 82 at Glen Riddle War Admiral, and I have still never played a round of golf with no double bogeys. Just a complete fucking choke job at the end, dude. Just a complete choke job at the end. I had everything going today, and I made so many putts I shouldn't have made, and it sucks because if you'd have told me this morning when I woke up that I was going to shoot an 82 today, I would have been ecstatic. But that's the nature of the stupid ass game that we call golf, is that you're just never satisfied, even if you have a good round, because one thing happens. You know what I mean? But I really had an opportunity and I fucking blew it. So I'm just gonna call myself a choke artist. Hands up, I'm a choke artist. Fucking sucked. I'm just
you suck again.
But anyway, I shot an 82 today. I had 9 pars. So I mean, what are you gonna do? It's a good round.
You shot an 82.
I shot an 82. Also,
man, I played pretty well. I played 2 days ago, 9 holes. Scotty's.
Nice.
You guys ever heard of Scotty's vodka?
Nice. I have. Well,
we might have to drink that. We'll see.
We're gonna have some. We're gonna have some Scotty reps in on next Tuesday, right? Man, next show, guys. Our next show is together. Can you believe that shit?
Next show, we're all together. Yeah, Scotty's Dan Moore, who's with Scotty's Vodka and On Your Six, was in yesterday. So they're going to give us some merch from both companies. And then he says that the On Your Six guy, I don't know what title this gentleman has, who lives in Annapolis, will be coming in most likely to the dive.
Hell yeah. Awesome. If you guys aren't familiarize yourself. We are doing a live show from the dive in Canton on Tuesday, June 11th. Is that what it is? June 11th, Tuesday.
June 10th.
June 10th. Tuesday, at the dive, Tuesday, June 10th at 11 a.m. So if you want, they're not going to have their kitchen open because they're normally not open until the evening. They will have a bartender there. So if you want to come in, get some drinks and watch the show, maybe participate a little bit in our live show, you're more than welcome to do that. We invite all of our friends and family to come join. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then, like we've said a few times on the pod, we are going to the game that night. Brian is going to be doing the 999 challenge live from the O's game from Suite 69. So yeah, try to see if you can get some tickets near there. We'll try to have some beers with you guys and hang out at the very least.
What are we thinking? We thinking we going to Pickles and stuff beforehand, or 774?
Section 77, whatever it is, or Quigley's, or we'll go wherever.
I can't take my kid in there.
That's a good point. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's fact. That's fact. Brooks has the children.
I mean, you guys are welcome to go. You guys are welcome to go, but I'll be at a more family friendly establishment. So
Understood.
maybe
I don't know that those exist.
I think there is one over. I think St. Gerard's West might allow kids in there. Yeah.
Just want to give a quick little note here. T1 in the Canadian Open, Nick Taylor. 400 through 13. Him and Sam Burns are in lockstep.
What are your bets in that?
The only bet I put in this week, which is the one we put on Instagram. Did we put it on Instagram, Brooks? The Corey Connors,
the Oilers. No, I put the Oilers on.
Okay, so the only bet that I have for the golf this week is I have Nick Taylor and Corey Connors parlayed for top 20s, and I also had a sprinkle on Nick Taylor to win at 45-1, and he's in first. So gotta love that. It is the Canadian Open. Nick Taylor has won this tournament in super dramatic fashion in a playoff over Tommy Fleetwood a few years ago with like an 80-foot eagle putt. This is a tournament he's won before. He is Canadian. It is his Open Championship, and he played really, really well a couple weeks ago, or actually, last week at Jack's place. So looking for him to stay hot as he just rolls in another putt. But yeah, other than that, the Oilers last night. I don't know if you guys watched that hockey game, but what a fucking game that was.
I mean, you talk about how do you want to start the Stanley Cup final? I mean, there's a goal in the first 90 seconds.
Yeah,
I think that was awesome. That was a great hockey game. And Connor McDavid looks like he's playing with children. He's so good.
It's crazy because they were down 3-1 at one point. It never seemed like they were out of it because they kept on getting scoring opportunities, and the pace of the game was just unbelievable. But you're right. I mean, they score 90 seconds into the game. Mm-hmm. They go a whole entire overtime period and score with 30 or 40 seconds left in the overtime period, the 20-minute overtime period. It was just, it was awesome to watch. Me and my roommate were flipping between that and the O's game the whole night. And I had to be up early to golf, but I didn't care. I was going to watch those games anyway. So
there's been a lot of really good sports on lately. I mean, I was enthralled by the Oklahoma Texas Tech women's softball game. That was awesome.
Enthralled,
sir.
Nice.
She's
got glasses on today.
Brooke Fordyce, huh? That's a name.
He's a monster. What are you talking about? He's a monster.
Brooke Fordyce. Oh man, yeah, that's a name. That was a great hockey game, and also we have game one of the NBA Finals tonight in OKC. OKC hosting the Indiana Pacers. I believe the line is 9 or 10 in that game. The series price has gone from $750 to -650 for the Thunder. So maybe a little action coming in on the Indiana Pacers there.
I like the Pacers. I said it last podcast. I'm going to say it again. I like the Pacers in this series. I think it goes 7. I think I'll take the Pacers.
I think most of the analysts are saying OKC in 5 or 6. I mean, I think those are just kind of when there's a clear favorite, those are just kind of the obvious picks, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I can see a sweep here. I'm going to go the opposite way of you, Bri. I can see a sweep for OKC here. I just think they're just too much talent on too many levels. And I love the way the Pacers play. And I think they do have a chance to steal one. And if they do, they're going to have to do in one of these first 2 games in OKC, because if they go back to Indiana 0-2, they're going to be in trouble.
Hey, I don't understand why the line's so big. Now, look, I understand the people in the desert, they know what the hell they're doing. But, I mean, the fucking Nuggets took OKC to 7 games. So
it's true, but if you look at in the history of the league, I think there's only 6 or 7 teams that have played an entire season with less than 20 losses. And if they lose only 1 or 2 games in this series, they will finish the season 84-19 or something. They're one like they. I mean, you don't think of them historically because seems like they're at the beginning of their run. OKC, but they're fucking loaded, and this is one of the best. Honestly, one of the better teams that we've seen, especially in the last probably 10 years, since that ridiculous Warriors team when Kevin Durant first went there. Those two, it's crazy. But yeah, should be an awesome weekend of sports, and also we have the Oreos as featured on my hat. 5 straight wins. How about them Oreos?
Are we back?
We're still like 16 games below 500, but I don't know.
Trending. We're trending.
We're trending.
Some people would call that a winning streak.
What did you guys take from the first couple games in Seattle? Obviously, the pitching staff has been showing up. Povich and Sugano pitched really well the last couple of games. Brooks, what did you see out of the pitching staff in particular before we get into the rest of the lineup?
I mean, all good stuff, obviously. They're holding them to one run, or 2 runs. I mean, it's really good to see like late last night in that game when you give up the lead, I think it was Cal Raleigh hit a double or something like that to give up the lead, and we actually had some fight back to come back and win that game. So, came in with a good stop as well. Felix was in there back-to-back nights again. So, I mean, it's all good stuff. Adley hit a bomb, a no-doubter. And, I mean, are we still putting up the runs that we think we should? No. I mean, I still think in this 10-game stretch, we're 8-2, and I still think we're averaging like 3.7 runs a game, which isn't great. But, I mean, I'll take it at this point. They're just playing better all the way around.
I didn't get a chance to watch the first game of the series, so I'll have to lean on you guys if you have any analysis on that. I did watch last night's game I was watching, both. I was working, so multiple TVs. I don't like to bring up negative all the time, but I was a little off when that we got hosed on that call at home plate. That guy was definitely tagged out by Adley before he touched home plate.
Yeah, didn't they reverse it?
Yeah, they reversed it.
Oh, they reversed it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they were. Well, I mean, regardless, they reversed it. But I mean, when you do stuff like that, it's still like then you have to have like evidence to overturn it, which is frustrating as well.
Yeah.
And then you see Adley give him that look, like, "What the fuck? How did you miss that?"
Yeah.
I must have just looked up at the wrong time because I had a bunch of stuff going on. I wasn't just like sitting on my couch watching it. So my bad on that one. Me.
Yeah. Laura says we're back-ish. Mansolino has inspired these kids. Yeah, I don't know if it's Tony Mansolino or if there was something said in the locker room, or maybe they're just starting to click at the right time. But the pitching staff is doing a lot better. It seems like the timely hitting is getting back to where it should be. Adley had a 3-hit game in the first game of the series, I believe, and then had a pretty clutch homer to tie the game up last night. Which was big. And also, how about Silent J with a couple of triples here in the last few games?
Yeah,
You don't think of him as the triples guy, that's for sure.
No. I mean, he's sneaky. He's sneaky fast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's got those long strides, man.
Yeah. Arkansas boy, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whooping Suey.
And Laura, you're right. That Adley's face looking at that umpire, he was cutting through that man.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. They got it. Like, everything was fine, right? They overturned it, but it's still like, if there's not a good camera angle that they can overturn that for whatever reason, then I'm really fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Just make the call. Like, I don't understand how that was even. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, like you said, that Adley home run was a no-doubter, and it looks like he's starting to find a little bit of a groove with them being 3 for 5 in the first game, and big time bomb yesterday, and honestly, at bats are starting to look better again in terms of him seeing the ball. And this could be the trip this could be the get right trip, hopefully, as they say. Like, we've already won this series. Maybe we can sweep tonight with a rookie on the mound, even though this guy is supposed to be really good. And then we have the A's, who are now 1-19 in their last 20 games, or 1-20 in their last 21 games.
Yep. It's not good. Not good for the A's.
Yeah. So we could definitely take advantage of that. Hopefully. When does Trevor Rogers get another start? I feel like he had the first great start, and I haven't seen him again. I know he got sent back down.
Yeah, he
but
got
I
sent
thought they
back
were gonna.
down.
Well, I thought they
Sorry,
were going to send him back down into his next start.
Yeah, well, they sent him back down, and then he had a AAA start, and he gave up 1 run over 6 innings. It's just like, what the fuck's this guy doing down there? We need pitching. Get him up. Like, I don't
I
know.
did not. I thought he was coming back. Like I thought he was just sending him down there to bring up another bullpen arm.
Yeah.
But
well, now I mean we have a 5-man rotation pretty set here. But honestly, if Trevor Rogers is going to pitch like that, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him get a spot start in one of these Dean Kramer appearances because I don't like what I've seen out of Kramer this year. I know Brooks, you were higher on him coming into the season.
He's been good since April's been over.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know at this point. All these dudes are pitching well now, so there's no spots for him. That's a little facetious on my part.
A little bit.
We can find some spots for any kind of arm that we see. But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of hope that the Orioles could come back. I just saw that the Brewers have won their 12th straight series. They are 9-1 in their last 10.
Damn.
And they started off the year super, super duper slow. If you remember, they were in last place in the NL Central for a little while there, and they're now 5 games above 500. So it's not like it can't happen. Obviously, they didn't dig themselves in quite the hole that we are in at this point. But yeah, I mean, look, we take 3 of these next 4 games on this West Coast swing, come back to Baltimore with some momentum, and hopefully we can win a series against Detroit. And if you take 2 out of 3 against Detroit, I would say that's a win because that's one of the best teams in the American League this year.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think you said that we're scheduled to face Mize or something like that, and he got roughed up in his last start apparently.
The first game is Mize.
Yeah, and then Scooble after that, which is
not going to be fun, but
not going to be fun. But I mean, let's face a good pitcher and kind of see what we need to work on, where we're going to be. If we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to be facing guys like Scooble. I know that's looking way ahead here, but I mean, these guys are starting to, I mean, something feels different. Something feels way different. So I know we still got a long way to go to get back, but I don't know. I like what I'm seeing. Hopefully and guys are still getting healthy too, which is awesome. I know Westy might be back here in the next series. I would probably wait till they come back home so he doesn't have to fly out there, but especially with Urias still hitting well. So
yeah. Seemed like the only guy in the lineup last night that was struggling, or one of the guys that was struggling last night, was Ryan O'Hearn, but he has not been struggling this season. Now in 4th place in the entire MLB in batting average among qualified hitters at 328, just above our boy Jose Ramirez, just the model of consistency, hitting 327 this year, just as quietly as he can possibly do it, as always. Still, Aaron Judge sitting up there at 389 is just absolutely fucking ridiculous. And Freddie Freeman, good for him, 360 this year. Old man Freddie.
How did Atlanta let him get away?
I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. And he wanted to be there. He was sad.
Yeah. Well, didn't they? They won a World Series without him, didn't they?
They won a World Series with him, and then he left. He left that year.
Okay.
They might have won. They might have won a World Series since then. I don't know. I don't think they have. I don't know. It's so hard to.
Or they went back to it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, look, I think they saw the opportunity with the younger guy with Matt Olson. That's why they did that. They ended up giving Matt Olson basically the same contract the Dodgers gave to Freddie, maybe just a little bit less money. But, he, in his first season there, he had 53 homers, and he's been a very productive player for them. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense. But obviously, Freddie doing his best Kirk Gibson impression in the World Series last year, hitting that giant home run, and, propelling the Dodgers to, I think, his 2nd World Series with the Dodgers, right? Which is crazy to think. But yeah, that's a first ballot Hall of Famer, if I've ever seen one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, anything else on the O's, or you guys want to keep talking around the league?
Let's keep talking around the league. It's nice that the O's are back.
Yeah.
But I just don't like going in circles all the time with.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's nice to see the spark. It's nice to see the spark. We mentioned Westberg. Gary Sanchez just started his rehab assignment, and then somebody else
Moving
did too.
on. Moving on from Gary Sanchez.
Gary Sanchez is your boy. I had Gary Sanchez for MVP.
Anytime you bring up Gary
Who was
Sanchez,
it?
my heart just drops in my stomach.
Something.
Somebody else
sorry.
just started a rehab assignment too with him. Maybe it was SETI or I'll look it up.
Something we didn't mention, I think this happened over a week ago now, but Kyle Schwarber hit his 300th career home run last week, I believe. He's now got 303 career homers. I can't believe that guy's got 300 homers, but I guess it makes sense. It seems like he hits 40 every year, right?
It's strikeouts and bombs. That's all he does.
It's awesome. I love it. He's the new Adam Dunn, but he's as consistent as it gets. I mean, he's gonna hit 250 and hit 40 homers. That's what he's gonna do.
He's the epitome of the new game of baseball.
I mean,
swing real hard, and either you hit a bomb or you strike out.
Look, he's 32 years old and he's got 300 homers. He's got a legitimate chance to get to 500 if he could stay healthy. You know, I mean, obviously, playing that long is tough, and it's but he's got another half a season here left to go, and I'm sure he's got plenty more in the tank.
How many bombs do you have this year? He's one of my guys in our home run pool.
He has 19. He is fourth in the league. It's Ohtani, Riley, Judge, Schwarber, and then surprisingly Corbin Carroll in number 5 with 18 homers. Don't think of him as a homer guy, but hitting some bombs this year. Good for him. He had a rough start to last year, and he needed a bounce back. But yeah. Also, the guy leading the league, I wanted to say this. The guy leading the league in RBIs at this point, Rafael Devers, who was off to like a historically bad start at the beginning of this year. We were talking about all kinds of shit about whether he was going to play third, him versus Bregman and all this shit. And then he got hot out of nowhere, and he's got 54 ribbies already as we sit on June 5th.
And that team is in dismay right now.
Yeah, that team is in despair. They're bad. And I'm laughing because I hate the Red Sox, but
with all the internal fighting going on there, and Bregman's out for a few months at least, and then all the stuff with like the Angels head coaches or the Red Sox head coaches and the Angels guy and their coaches were, I guess, before the game yesterday or 2 days ago, getting into it. Like, it just seems like they're not having a good time up there.
They have
I don't know what's worse, the Rockies or your guys' connections today.
Well, it could be your connection if it's both of us. Mine's been fine. Brooks is a little fuzzy because he's in the car. I've been fine.
Mine's been fine, but it does say my connection is unstable.
What else?
But hey, the Rockies have been 3 in a row.
I wanted to pull this up because I thought it was hilarious. Let me just share this real quick.
Swept the Marlins.
Yeah.
The Rockies Twitter decided to get a little payback here for the old Scotty Scheffler stat.
Good for them.
Win since June 2nd. Rockies 3, Scotty Scheffler 0. I thought that was hilarious that they put that on their official Twitter account. But anyway,
have some humor with it. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got 100 games left of hell, so have some fun with this while you can.
Yeah. The Rockies seem like they're turning a little bit of a leaf, although they are 12-50. So, don't really know if that is if that's a team I'd still want to root for. But yeah, going back to the Red Sox, they're only 4 games ahead of us at this point. Their run differential is plus 13. Ours is minus 88. So that's pretty shocking that they're putting up this rough of a season with those kind of numbers. I guess the beginning they were just kind of whooping the shit out of everyone. They were, and they got off to a really hot start. So, but yeah, I don't really have anything else baseball wise. I mean, go O's. We're gonna do our best to get back in this thing. Do you guys have any other baseball stuff that you want to talk about before we move on?
Not a ton. It's kind of the same old stuff going on. I can't think of anything off the top of my head at the moment.
No.
Joe said he'd eat the dogs off your
Gary Sanchez did hit a home run last night in his first rehab start. He made his rehab start with Ramon Laureano.
Oh, okay.
Ramon. Now,
And we
going back to Joe commenting on the hot dog shirt, all right? Is it sacrilegious in that I'm not a relish guy, but this shirt doesn't have any relish anywhere on it. There's no green.
There's
Good.
too much red. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It looks like there's bloodstains all over it.
It does.
Yeah, it looks like you got
You-
shot.
Yeah, you could. I mean, like you look like one of the guys that John Wick kills in the middle of the movie.
We were having this conversation. So since we're talking about ketchup and hot dogs and stuff, yesterday was National Ketchup Day. Is it sacrilegious to put ketchup on eggs? Because I do.
No,
I love
I
ketchup
do.
on
No.
eggs.
I do. We did
I
it
don't
our
think
whole
so.
lives growing up.
We do. I mean, I'm always ketchup or hot sauce.
I'm sometimes both.
Sometimes both, sometimes neither.
both. Yeah. Well, always something. I'm a sauce guy. I want sauce.
We're hot sauce people. But ketchup on meatloaf is a big one for me. That's what I grew up on. My mom.
So yeah, I think when our mom makes meatloaf, she does like a ketchup glaze and then bakes
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Which I think is awesome. I love
It's
that.
great.
But yeah,
It's absolutely stunning.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with some gravy on some meatloaf, but you don't necessarily need it.
No. And then the most controversial one is ketchup on steak.
My mom and my mom does it. My grandpa did it, but I will never do it.
I can't do it. I need some steak sauce. Yeah, that's my jam.
I don't want that. That's the one food I don't want sauce on. I'll dip it in my mashed potatoes. That's what I'm going to do with my steak.
Fair enough.
Unless it's like a horseradish sauce, I'll do that.
Ooh. Or maybe like a compound butter. If you do like a garlic butter or like a blue cheese butter or something like that, I can handle that.
Yeah.
Well, I know what kind of butter Brooks likes on his steak because he conceived bone marrow butter. He conceived the bone marrow butter.
Oh man, a good steak needs no sauce, according to Joe Racky. I agree with you, Joe. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I totally agree.
On meatloaf. That's interesting.
Spicy ketchup's a great call. I totally agree with Joe. Like a good fillet, I'm not putting any kind of sauce on it whatsoever. Yeah. But if I'm getting one of those, medium, you go get like a sirloin from Outback. I'm throwing steak sauce on that bad boy.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. I think that's within reason. Yeah. We get off on tangents here a little bit, guys. Other than that, baseball wise, Pablo Lopez out for 8 to 12 weeks with the Twins with a shoulder injury. That's a big blow to them. He's the best pitcher on that team. But yeah, other than that, it's a lot of the same. Hopefully the Orioles can keep this winning streak alive. And yeah, what time do we play today? Is it a 4:00?
3:40.
3:40.
Oh,
okay.
Thank you, Lord.
3:40. Yeah, these games have been brutal, man.
I know.
Eflin versus Brian Wu. Tickets as low as $5. So if you're out in Seattle, go ahead and go to the game.
Yeah, then we go. Then we go to Sacramento, and their first game's at 10:00.
Yeah.
What's Seattle known for food wise at the stadium? Does anyone know? You guys been there? Do you?
I've never been to Seattle. Brooks has. He was young, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
I know they're known for like that fish market where they throw the fish back and forth, but I don't know what their like culinary like thing is. What is Seattle?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before. Like I was stunned when I went to San Francisco that they were known for like popcorn. They had all kinds of varieties of popcorn.
Salmon, basically just salmon. That's what the top like 5 answers are all salmon. Salmon soup, salmon stew, salmon burger, salmon sandwich, pineapple salmon. It sounds like the freaking
not going to a ball game and getting a fucking
it sounds like Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump with Bubba's like shrimp. You can do all kinds of things with shrimp.
Broiled shrimp.
Yeah. Some news out of Baltimore Ravens camp. Rashad Bateman, 3-year extension, $36 million, $20 million guaranteed. He took a team-friendly deal last year, but now gets a nice little extension on top of it. He is under contract with the Ravens now through the 2029 season. Do we like this move?
This had to be a cat move, is my assumption, to spread out his money.
I like it. I mean, yeah,
I love it. But I love it. But I just didn't foresee another extension coming after getting an extension the previous year.
Yeah, so I think basically it was a team-friendly deal last year with the like the wink wink kind of thing between him and the team was, if you play well this year, we'll take care of you and we'll spread the money out a little bit more and pay him a little bit more. But yeah, I guess we decided to do it. I was a little bit surprised by it when I saw it just before we got on here. I was golfing this morning, so I didn't even see it until right before we got on here. But I don't mind it at all. I think he had the best season of his career last year. I think he's a super reliable guy on the offense. I don't think he's the best receiver in the league, but I certainly don't hate him as our number 2 or 3 receiver. And probably our number 3 or 4 option behind the tight ends too. So
he's just it's just injury stuff is really what it comes down to with him. Last year he actually stayed healthy the whole year, I believe.
He's like the AFC version of Robert Woods. Like he's just there. He's gonna have like 750 yards, like 7 or 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So
did you see the Bleacher Report stuff with they want us to go after Tyreek Hill?
Please don't.
I have not seen that.
Please don't.
But honestly, I don't think that's necessarily what I mean. Is Tyreek Hill going to help any offense that he's on? Yes. He's an explosive player. But once again, another guy in the locker room that you're not 100% sure of, guy that doesn't have a good history of wanting to be places, even if they're the best place for him to be. He kind of weaseled his way out of Kansas City. It seems like he tweeted at the end of the season last year that he doesn't want to be in Miami anymore.
I know. He's all over the map.
Yeah. So I just not the most consistent guy off the field, but also, I don't necessarily think our offense needs that. But if you add Tyreek Hill to a Derrick Henry offense, I mean,
you listen to all the people that were talking about it, and they're crushing our receiving core, and I'm like, if you guys I don't think our receiving core is bad at all. What are you talking about?
It's because we don't have a number
issue.
It's because we don't have a number 1, and that's why people are always going to say it. But look, I mean, we recreated in the aggregate, right? Zay Flowers is not a number 1, but he's a really good, serviceable receiver. Rashad Bateman, same thing. He's probably a 2 or 3 on a good team. But we have these 2 tight ends that we can rely on so much. We have Lamar and Derrick Henry's legs that we can rely on so much. And also we got DeAndre Hopkins as like our 6th or 7th option on the offense. I don't hate that at all. I don't think that's a bad.
Tyler Wallace is still there.
Yeah.
I mean,
speaking of receivers, I know it's not Ravens, but I was listening to Pro Football Talk. I didn't know this until today. Apparently, Garrett Wilson hated Aaron Rodgers last year. And
I did not know that.
And I'm not trying to shit on Aaron Rodgers. How did they keep this under wraps? I mean, good job by the Jets to keep it under wraps because they seemed like they had leaks all over the place in that facility. And apparently, per Mike Florio and Chris Sims, with a bunch of sources, if Aaron Rodgers came back to the Jets, Garrett Wilson was going to ask to be traded. I don't know what the bad blood is, but
I don't know because he loved him in Hard Knocks.
Maybe that was just for show, or maybe they edited it really nicely to make sure that it looked like he was good.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing anybody anymore.
Well, speaking of football, I guess there's a new documentary coming out. It's almost like a quarterback series, but it's being done by Peyton Manning, and Joe Burrow is talking about this and how he trusts Peyton Manning so much that Joe Burrow was willing to open up about how serious the theft was of all of his belongings at his home. Yeah. He was not willing to bring that up during any other kind of video docs that NFL was doing.
Yeah,
so I'm intrigued by that.
These are the kind of things that you don't really think about as much in sports, just with these athletes because they have so much money. You don't really think about how their day-to-day, their lives could be affected by these kind of things. But I know Mahomes and Kelsey had something like this happen right before the AFC Championship against the Ravens a couple of years ago, right? I would think you'd have to be thinking about that, a lot of time during the week. I think that would occupy your brain a lot. And I think you lose the human element a lot. And I think these kind of stories kind of humanize these athletes. Obviously, them losing very expensive jewelry to theft is not quite as maybe as it doesn't have as big a circumstances as it would for us because we don't have we're not as wealthy, as well off as those guys. But I don't know.
We had a Raven.
One more thing that they have to worry about.
Yeah, without a doubt. We had a we had a Raven now he's a former Raven come in all the time, and he would talk about stuff like this. And apparently, when all this stuff was going down with the Joe Burrow stuff and Mahomes and Kelsey, the Ravens put out like a memo to the team like, we're going to give you additional security for your homes just because of this rash of, and apparently it was like a select group of people that were doing it.
It was like
the cartel.
It was like a ring of like thieves, for lack of a better word, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, football wise, there's some college football stuff I was thinking about that I've been interested in seeing. I also saw that there's some rumors that the Steelers are looking at Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins. Apparently, those talks
that
halted,
doesn't make sense to me.
now they've been renewed. Why doesn't it make sense? Because you like Freiermuth, or because you just
they just signed Freiermuth to a deal, and it just doesn't make sense why Miami would want to get rid of their best player from last year, their best offensive player from last year.
Honestly, maybe Miami's just kind of hitting the reset button, because Jalen Ramsey wants out of there now too, and Tyreek Hill, it seems like, wants out of there too. I mean, maybe they're just gonna say, hey, maybe we'll just kind of reset here.
Well, I think the Steelers. No, I know the Steelers' secondary tight end. So like our version of their version of Isaiah Likely tore his ACL or his Achilles.
Parnham. He's their third string. Their second string is that Denard Washington or whatever. I forget his first name. Leonard Washington. The big dude.
He's Roderick Washington, maybe.
Went to Georgia, I believe.
Yeah, it's a huge guy.
He came in like 15. Yeah, I think that might be right. I think apparently he came in 15 pounds lighter and looks amazing from the stuff that I saw. So, but I mean, I don't know. I guess with Parham or Parnham or whatever, however you say his name, the guy used to play for the Chargers. He was their third string. Tore his Achilles last week, like Brian said. So I don't know if they're dead set on having three tight ends or what. I don't know.
Yeah. They also had a visit with Gabe Davis earlier this week, who's a free agent, who I completely forgot existed.
No shit.
He went to Jacksonville.
Yeah, everybody forgot about him.
Yeah. He had like 6 games over the course of like two seasons where I think he had like 15 touchdowns. It was just so ridiculous. I think one game he caught like 4.
Yeah.
I hate him. I always ended up picking him up in fantasy because my receivers were so bad for like 2 or 3 years ago or something like that, and I could never pick the right game with him. Every time I put him in, he didn't do shit, or if I didn't put him in, he scored 30.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys. Like back in the day, like Willie Snead, he'd put up 2, and then he'd put up 3 50-yard touchdowns the next week or something like that. Kenny Stills did that a lot.
Mike Williams.
Yeah, Mike Williams has been that kind of guy. I saw some interesting stuff in the college football realm. I just wanted to touch on real quick. Ryan Day came out and said he thinks the Big Ten deserves 4 automatic spots in the college football playoff. I think that's absolutely insane. I guess they're moving from 12 to 16 this year. What do you guys think about that statement from Ryan Day?
I don't know. Ryan Day just annoys me in general.
Brian?
Earn your way in. You can't just give them away. Just you have to see how the season plays out. You can't just guarantee it.
Brian?
There's too many moving parts in college football right now for me to even comprehend what the hell is going on. It seems like Greg Sankey and I forget the Big Ten commissioner's name is like they're just like the czars of college football. So it seems like the ACC and the Big 12 are like, hey, screw you guys. Like, stop for leaving us out. I don't really know what the hell's going on anymore. There's too much going on. All I know is college football needs a fucking scheduler. They need a person to make a schedule.
It's so bad, and it needs to be reworked soon. And honestly, I've been saying this since they moved to the expanded format. I think 12's too many. I think 16 is way too many. I want 8. I thought 8 would have been the perfect number. I can live with 12, but also I don't need teams like fucking Indiana last year getting stopped by Georgia in the first round or whoever they played. I just don't need to watch that game. And we saw it. It was all blowouts the first 2 rounds, and then we finally got some decent games. towards the end. But honestly, did we really? Because Ohio State was going to wipe the floor with anybody with the way Jeremiah Smith was playing, with the way Ibuka was playing, and Will Howard and those two running backs, Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson. I mean,
I can't. This is driving me insane.
Yeah. Other news: Michigan offers Charles Woodson Jr. 2027 class safety. Thought that was interesting. Just can't believe that all of these athletes that we grew up watching have children that we're going to end up watching here, seemingly in the next few years. Brian had some issues with his internet there, maybe it's our internet.
I'm just trying to reset this because you guys are just. I'm catching you guys blocky. I don't know what's
Choppy.
going on. Very choppy.
Yeah,
that's why. Like if I'm delaying my response, it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm getting shit late.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was just mentioning Michigan offered Charles Woodson Jr., Charles Woodson's son, and just talking about how these athletes that we grew up watching are now having kids that we're going to end up having to watch. And it's just really, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's hard getting old.
I know. Now obviously I'm a little bit older than you guys, but I've gone through this phase of my life and I'm past it. But it's awkward. It's fucking awkward.
Weird, man. It's weird because I'm so used to, now I'm so used to calling them, looking up to them, they're athletes. And now I'm saying like these kids. You know what I mean? Like this kid playing in the NFL. Man.
I mean, they were talking. Oh yeah, yeah, it does.
By the way, yesterday I was bartending, and I sent this to the group chat. I had to serve two 21st birthdays yesterday at my bar.
Oh, that's right. You sent it in a group chat. I remember
guess
that.
what the date is on 21st birthdays these days?
2000.
Today now, June 5th, 2004. God, throw a knife through my fucking heart. That's brutal.
What's 9/11? No one knows. They don't know.
Oh my god, dude. 2004. I looked at these IDs. I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah, I heard. When I was watching the Ryan Ripken show the other day. I think Zach is born in like 2000. I'm like, what?
Jesus.
Can I do story time with Uncle Brian?
Please. Yeah.
All right. I don't want to name names. All right. So I gotta qualify here. The general manager of Lee's Pint and Shell. All right. Really good guy, by the way. Qualified. Really good dude. Well, I guess he closed down Lee's and he was having a night. And he makes his way down to the square and goes to the Worthington, which are not affiliated with each other, but we all have a lot of friends, common friends in the bar world. He somehow, after hours, finds his way into the Worthington. If you ask me questions, I'm not going to have any answers for you, but just please hear this out. He gets into the Worthington and proceeds to get stark fucking naked. Just takes all of his clothes off. Goes into the kitchen, is eating raw chicken cutlets. He goes behind the bar, doesn't make a drink, but tries to ring things in. He's completely nude. He goes in the bathroom, falls asleep for a period of time. And then the owner of the Worthington comes in, I guess like his normal morning hours. And he's just standing there and he looks at this gentleman and he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And he goes, the gentleman who's nude goes, "Man, you want a rumplements?" Like that was his response. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I got to see some of the still photos. Seeing still photos of a naked fucking dude like at a computer terminal trying to type shit in. It was just very wild, very wild. The still photo of the owner and the naked guy talking from the side. It looks like they're having a normal, casual conversation, and one dude just happens to be a freaking naked caveman. It's absolutely great. So there's your story time. That happened last week.
You sure this wasn't the same guy that walked into your bar? That got naked?
No, it's different guy for sure. Different guy.
What's up with people wanting to be naked in bars these days? It's just
a
new trend.
People just want to take their college clothes off.
This is not what we're doing now, guys. We're not doing this.
Yeah, the guy that came in on whatever it was Sunday night. He comes in. I'm just standing there, and he's like, "You know who I am?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." Then he just proceeds to get completely nude. I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Who the fuck are you? Put your clothes on."
Oh man, yeah, that's a ridiculous story. I've heard some crazy stories about bars in Ocean City. Obviously, that might take the cake if somebody did that down here. The whole town would know about it in a minute. But yeah,
I also want to know how the hell he got into the damn. Happy birthday to Joe's son.
happy birthday. Yeah,
I want to know how the hell he got into the Worthington. He doesn't have a key. He doesn't work there. He never has. So someone must have left the door unlocked.
Somebody must have left the door unlocked. Yeah. I love how you preface this. If you have questions, I don't have answers. So just listen. Nudity follows Brian. I think that tracks. He goes tarps off quite a bit on this podcast.
Oh yeah,
so,
Yeah. I could see tarps coming off in Sweet 69 on Tuesday.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a safe bet. I definitely think there's going to be a shirtless.
I wonder if there's a dress code in Sweet 69.
No.
Brooks used to work there.
We're making it sound like
I hope I know the person who's doing Sweet 69.
Sweet attendant.
Yeah.
The sweet attendant.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, guys, I don't really have a ton else on sports this week. I saw that the part of the reason that the Knicks fired Tibbs is that they might make a run at Jay Wright to get him back with all of his Villanova boys. I think that's maybe just a little far-fetched. But I thought it was at least interesting.
Oh, I did see that. They said that, and then they said Jay Wright's not interested, so now they're going to start going after what's his face, Snake guy.
Snake guy? Who's the snake guy?
Snake guy. Rick
Our
Pitino?
snake. No, our snake that left Maryland.
Oh, Willard? Yeah, I saw
Willard.
that. Yeah, because he's got Villanova ties. I think that was a joke. Yeah.
I hope so.
I don't know. I think it would be hilarious if he went there.
Thibodeau overachieved with that team. He had role players playing like majority minutes, and I don't understand exactly. Either there's bad blood in the front office. They probably made their mind up before the playoffs they were going to get rid of him, and then he just kept winning.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was the best run they've had since they went to the finals. 1999, something like that. 2000 maybe. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but. Yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy. It's drastic. I would say. Like, imagine in the NFL, you make the NFC Championship and you get fired. I just think it seems like it would never happen, right? But I guess in the NBA, there's so much turnover. I mean, I don't really know. Who do you think's the longest tenured coach besides Spoelstra? Could you name him? Who would it be? I have no idea.
It would have been Pop.
It would have been Pop, obviously, yeah, but.
Shit. That's a great question.
Don't know. I really don't. Also, did you see Rory's comments?
I did see Rory's comments. You want to talk about them?
I was just to see if you wanted to talk about them.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I think.
You already know my thoughts, probably.
Yeah, I know your thoughts, probably. Yeah, he basically came out and said, like, which had been reported by several people that he was pissed off that the driver stuff leaked right before the PGA Championship. He was pissed off because it's supposed to be confidential and his stuff leaked, and he knew that there was other players, including Scotty Scheffler, whose driver also didn't pass, who weren't mentioned in this report. So he said he was really frustrated about that, and he didn't want to talk about it because he knew he was going to say something and he didn't want to speak out of turn. And then basically said the tour doesn't require us to talk to anybody. I know that we are supposed to be available, basically. But until the tour mandates us to be available, there's going to be weeks where I just don't want to talk to you. I think it all just stems from the driver thing. And I think he was frustrated that the leak got out and his name was in it and Scotty's name wasn't. And I don't think he's frustrated with Scotty at all. It's just whoever leaked these driver tests or whatever.
Yeah, but then he came out. He's like, I didn't want to call anybody out, but then he went and called everybody out in this interview that he just did, including like TaylorMade and stuff like that. Like,
no, he specifically said I didn't want to say anything negative about TaylorMade or about Scotty and I wanted to protect those guys. I don't think he didn't call anyone out. in this.
Well, no, but he's like, I didn't want to be the one to say anything, like to leak it, basically. And then he came out and just rehashed it, like, yeah, Scotty's driver was illegal too,
but
and all.
at that
I
point,
mean,
everyone knew.
yeah, he's being a little cop out.
I mean, what did you expect him to say?
I mean, I would have
Obviously,
expected him not to be in this situation and maybe just apologize. That would have been easy.
Yeah, but does he have anything to apologize for?
Yeah, being a little dick.
I mean,
we all said that he should. I mean, you can't sit there and just not do media for 4 days at the next major after the major that you just won to get your career grand slam because you're pouting.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
agree with you.
ridiculous.
You shouldn't have handled it that way, but like based on what he said yesterday, I think what else was he going to say? He already made his bed. He kind of had to lay in it. I don't think his comments were anything like I don't
No,
think more of him or think less of him. I wish he would have done more media on the week of the PGA, but he is right. Like they're not mandated to do it. He was having a bad week. He didn't want to talk to anybody. I mean, fuck it. Sometimes you have a bad week. But yeah, you're right. The way he carried himself that week was probably not the way he wishes he would have done it. But he has these moments from time to time that just make him that make people like you get really, really frustrated with him because he does stupid shit like this. But I do like the fact that most of the time he does stupid shit like this, he admits it. And in this case, he didn't really. But once again, technically, not really anything to apologize for. So I don't know. I like
I'm
Roy
gonna
more than you do.
True. I'm gonna let you guys finish this out. I got something here at 12. So
Okay, sounds
see you
good.
boys.
Have a good day.
See you, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a ton more stuff to talk about unless you want to just bullshit for a couple more minutes.
Hey, I found out that Nas is coming to the BSO in June. I'm
Nas?
definitely going to that. Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know what I found out? There's a concert venue in Selbyville, maybe 20 minutes from where I live.
Yeah.
And I found out Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick are in a concert together there in like a month. I might go.
That's so random.
I might go, dude. I love Rod Stewart. I'm a huge Rod Stewart guy.
I'm in.
I only know like 2 Cheap Trick songs, but I don't think anybody knows any more Cheap Trick songs than 2.
Those two together makes no sense. Like Nas and Rod Stewart getting together. Like what?
Oh yeah.
I love Nas. Probably we were doing sometimes the house will do one name artists. Just that's the only songs you can play is one name artists like Cher and Seal and Prince.
I love that. One name. Who are you, Seal? Rod Stewart and Barry Manilow signed Dusty up. I would 100% go to that concert, Joe Ragers. I don't know how to put the link in here, but I'm gonna try. So we can do a little call in with Joe real quick and probably finish up the pod there.
That's cool. You ever
Joe,
been?
I don't know if I did that right. Hopefully I did that right, Joe. Let me know if that works.
You ever been? You ever been to one of those? I like orchestra. I know that's kind of weird for people that don't know me, but I love orchestra, and I want to go to one of these things where they do like new age artists with played by orchestra. Like they did like a Beyonce one time, and a couple other people. I'm just forgetting who they did, but that's kind of cool. I think I want to go to one of those.
Yeah. My buddy Paul, I've said this on the podcast a couple times, went to the Hans Zimmer concert and he got to listen to a bunch of different things. That's why he's always coming in here with his pirate lingo, saying ahoy and stuff like that. Yeah, Joe, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how to invite guests here. I thought I did.
What do you got going on this weekend? You got work all weekend, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow I have a golf tournament for Believe in Tomorrow, which my friend's dad is like a higher up in. I've done this tournament maybe 4 or 5 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a golf scramble tournament. There's, a beer cooler on every hole. It's not St. Gerard's tournament, but it's a shit show and it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's tomorrow. And then I got to work open and close on Saturday.
Gotcha.
And then I think I'm coming up to Baltimore on either Sunday night or Monday morning.
Yeah, I remember you saying Monday.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring up Believe in Tomorrow because we had Cash Bash yesterday. and that supports Believe in Tomorrow. I had ball number 220, and I did not win any money. But we did have. So, do you know how Cash Bash works?
No.
All right, so it's 225 tickets. It's $100 a ticket. You don't want your ball to be drawn until the end. You want to be the last ball, still in like the old school like bingo cage, spinner thing.
Yeah.
Now, if your ball's drawn first overall, you win $500. If your ball is drawn 50th overall, you win $500. If your ball's drawn 100th overall, you win $500.
So every 50, okay.
Every 50. But if you're the last ball drawn, you win 10 grand. So I was drawn pretty early. So I was out pretty early, but actually, no, I was drawn pretty late. I think I was like the 22nd ball left or something like that.
Oh, damn. So you had a chance. You had a real chance at 10 grand.
Yeah, but inside the top 20 was John Human, my like glorified sister Alicia, another friend of ours who you guys don't know. They were all in there. And what ends up happening is if you get down to like the last like 5 or 10 people, you can all come to an agreement. It's got to be unanimous that you can split the 10 grand.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there for this. This predates me being in Cash Bash. But a buddy of ours named Sean Leahy, he was down to like the last 5. And he was working at Nacho Mama's at the time. Delaware Dave calls like the Nacho Mama phone, and he's like, Leahy, you're in the last 5. He says, have I won yet? This is Leahy. Have I won yet? He goes, Dell's like, no, you haven't won. He goes, call me when I win. Click. So it gets down to the last 2, and apparently there's a woman there that I don't know. Dell calls the Nacho Mama's phone again, and is like, "Hey, it's down to the last 2." He's like, "Did I win yet?" And he goes, "Click." And apparently this young lady who was like basically begging, like, "Let's split 5 grand."
Yeah.
Yeah. She just wanted it so bad. Leahy ended up winning the 10 grand.
Oh my God. Oh man.
And Leahy's one of the nicest men I've ever met. So
hey, look, he was steadfast in his conviction and he won.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough luck for that young lady, whoever she may have been. But
and the money goes to Believe in Tomorrow. Some of the money goes to Believe in Tomorrow, so that's always good. And I'm sure you're playing in that tournament. I don't know who your buddy is, but I know my buddy's real high up.
Yeah, it's actually Nick Vogt. He listens to the show and comments a lot. Yeah, he sent me a text yesterday saying he lost 188 grand, and I said, "What?" He said, "I just lost a settlement in court." And I was like, "Was it your money?" He was like, "No, it was State Farm." So I was like, "Okay, thank God."
It's State Farm. They got enough. They got Jake from State Farm.
But anyway, he comes down every year, and we do this tournament, and it's always a fun time. So I'm excited for that. What I'm not excited for is the fact that I'm normally the guy that they lean on in this scramble. For all intents and purposes, I'm like the anchor of the scramble. And if I'm the anchor of your scramble team, you don't have a very good scramble team.
Just throwing that.
Yeah. I did play a pretty good round of golf today, but 82 is not going to win any scramble tournaments. So, but yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Who are we taking in the College Road Series, Arkansas or the field? I will take the field, Joe.
I'll take the field.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to take the field. Even though
it's not an actual bet, Brian. This is just Joe being an idiot.
I'm taking the field, but I can't believe these words are going to come out of my skull. I'm actually rooting for Arkansas.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because of Joe?
We got Joe. We got Arkansas
Joe.
I'm
100% rooting for Arkansas. I got go Razorbacks, dude. I'm not going to get a shirt or anything, but I'm with you, Joe. I hope that I'm rooting for them. Let's go. Let's get some College World Series going.
Well, let's get to the College World Series first, Joe. All right, you got to get that.
That's true. That's 100% true. There's actually 4 games tomorrow. It looks like on the slate for the first super regional games. Miami, Louisville, Auburn, Coastal is going to be a really awesome series. Auburn number 4 and Coastal having won 20 or 25 games in a row. Oregon State, Florida State is 8 versus 9, and then North Carolina, Arizona. It's not going to get any easier. When does Arkansas play? This is interesting. They play Tennessee on Saturday, game 1 in Fayetteville too. Arkansas minus 180 for the game. So Good luck to the Arkansas Razorbacks in the College World Series, especially in these super regionals. Let's get
That's one thing I want to go to. I want to go to Omaha for the CWS, but one thing I will say that always keeps me from going is it's so fucking hot.
Yeah. Also, there is literally nothing to do in Omaha, Nebraska, unless you're going to a baseball game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much else. It's not like you're going out to the bars until 2 a.m. after the games. I don't think there are bars that are open until 2 a.m. in Omaha, Nebraska. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. So, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to our Thursday edition of Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture. The next show we bring you will be Tuesday, June 10th from the Dive at 11 a.m. It's going to be live. I will have my brother there in from Indiana. I will have my buddy that's to my right on this screen in this stupid hot dog outfit. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff that day if you guys don't know. Come to the Dive 11 o'clock on Tuesday next week. And if you can't make it there, try to make it to the O's game that night. We're going to be in Suite 69 eating some hot dogs.
Look at the poor quality of this shirt. I got it for like $10. I mean, like the neck is like fraying out. Like, I don't know what the hell's happening.
So we're going to put the over-under on hot dogs for the box at what? What do you think the over-under hot dogs for the entire box?
They're sweet.
Yeah, because we're assuming 9 for you, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what are we assuming the rest of the suite? Yeah, what do you think the over-under is?
I think it's 10 of us.
Should we make it 69 hot dogs?
No. That was the first number that came to mind was 35.
We'll get that. Joe comments 35 immediately.
Oh, look at that, Joe. Yeah. Yes, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
You owe him a Coke.
I did not see Joe's response. That is pure luck.
Honestly, I think I'm usually for a baseball game. I would say I usually have one of the sausages at sliders or pickles, and then I get 1 or 2 in the game. So I'm a 2 or 3 dog a game kind of guy, but I'm also, probably a 6 or 10 beer kind of guy. So it depends on the day.
I have so many questions in terms of like what I have to do. Now I understand I got to eat 9 hot dogs and 9 beers, but can I pick what kind of dog I want? Because I don't need those real long ones like that.
We'll get you some standard ballparks.
Standard ballpark dog. Because, I mean, there's like, I'm assuming we're going to get a bunch of hot dogs that stand outside of pickles. And they have like variations of hot dogs. They have your standard ballpark dog and they got like jumbo dog. So
you can take food in, right?
You can take food in. Like I've taken in a pocket dog, and you don't got to hide it from them. I just call it a pocket dog. I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, but we'll go to the store. We'll get you some ballparks and get you a thing of Martin's hot dog buns or something like that. And we'll just take them right in the stadium. You can make them in your seat.
Potatoes. I got no problem buying a dozen of them outside at the stand right outside of Pickles.
Could we cook them beforehand and throw them in like a thermos for you?
Sure, that's no problem.
Keep them warm.
Yes, I want to eat standard dogs. So the kicker is the beers are going to be a bitch because they only have the pounders. I'm not going to get like your standard 12-ounce can. Now what we might have to do is buy a couple of those. I think they actually do deuces of like Bud Lights and stuff. Maybe I just get like a 12 or 16-ounce cup.
Yeah. We'll try to get you a plastic cup because honestly, I think the beer will go down a lot quicker out of a plastic cup than it will out of one of those pounders anyway.
I'm drinking out of the cup.
Yeah. And I don't blame you there. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. No. There's no rule against it unless Drew says otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, I'm nervous because I've never done it before. I'm a rookie, but I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to go.
I'm excited. I will say I'm probably a little nervous for the aftermath of the game because I think there's going to be some disastrous stomach stuff going on in your body. Yeah.
I hate to say this because I know it's disgusting, but there's a very good chance that after the game I throw up somewhere.
Yeah. Do you think it's a that night thing or the next day kind of thing?
I think it's going to be a that night thing because I'm just going to be so full.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to want to keep drinking because we're all together. We don't get a chance to actually be together, so I want to enjoy my time with all the boys. Coming together and stuff. So, I mean, I don't want to be miserable. So it could be one of those like I just let loose, and then
the big problem is that the day is going to start so early. And you're going to have to pace yourself all day because you got to drink 9 beers at the game. You don't want to be 15 drinks in before you get there, and then you got to drink 9 more beers.
I know. I'm definitely having a couple cocktails at the Dive, and the thing is, I love Peter, who's the GM and the personal owner of the Dive.
Mhm.
Knowing Peter, he's gonna have like a hot dog or two waiting for me when we fucking get there on Tuesday, like in the morning.
Laura said she'll show up with a bottle of Pepto. Yes, please. He's going to need it. Vomit live on YouTube. Yes, we will be live on YouTube for the duration of this night. So if you might see something that you don't want to see, just letting you know. But anyway, yeah, guys, check us out next week on Tuesday. We'll be in Baltimore. Hopefully, you guys can join us, and we'll see if we can. If not, have a great Thursday. Have a great weekend. And yeah, go be great today, guys.
Yep. Have a good day. See you, Dusty. Love you, man. I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. See you guys. Happy Thursday. Go O's. And go Nick Taylor. Go Canada.
Fuck Canada.
Go Oilers. Baby Canada. We're always on Canada.